All right, this is the story about the Travis Scott video, God's Country. So I was able to get that gig two ways, actually. My picture vehicle guy hit me up, but right before that, my friend Michael, who was the AD, assistant director on that video, hit me up. I actually met him through some cloak brand stuff that I did, and he knew I had an ice cream truck, so those guys hit me up both ways, and we ended up doing it. Now, most music videos are one-day shoots. The Travis Scott video, 3-day shoot. So right there, that tells you, it was a little more intense, a little more to it. So they sent me the address, and the first day I ended up going to Nickerson Gardens, which is the projects. And I didn't know, they just sent me the address. So I showed up there, and it was pretty cool. My job was to kind of give everyone ice cream at the spot, right? All the kids came around. I parked on the basketball court, gave everybody ice cream. Like the second day was funny. I remember the kids, like, as soon as I parked, they were like, "Let's get ice cream." It's like 8 in the morning. I was like, "Why don't you guys eat something first?" So I did. I kind of like made them eat something, and then once they had food, they got ice cream. But anyways, so at one point, I actually was able to get the truck in the video. The hoop bus was also there, which is like a big bus that has basketball hoops on either end of it. And those guys, were there, and they had the bus ends up in the video as well. What's kind of cool about that video is everything was shot in half speed. So they played the music twice as fast as it actually is. So when they went to go produce the music video, they made everything half speed. And so it just looks a little cool. It's like, kind of slow and melodic. And then also the every adult in that video is blurred out, so you can like only see the kids. The third day, we ended up going to Imperial Courts, which was also pretty cool. And I met like Yang, who is one of the main dudes there. I met this guy, Lil Draws. Lil Draws was like super stoked to meet me. It was kind of funny. And then we like took a picture together, and cool guy. Anyways, but very interesting the way those guys live a little differently, than we're used to, and most folks are used to. So it was cool. It was cool to get a little glimpse of that. Both places get all sorts of donations from like Kardashians, and Logan Paul, and stuff like that. But I guess they're also like some of the most dangerous places like in the country as far as violence and whatnot. So it was interesting. On the second day, Travis Scott actually was in the video. He did not go to either one of the projects. He's from Houston, I think, so kind of weird that he wanted to do a shoot like repping the projects in Los Angeles, but whatever. Anyways, but he showed up at like a bowling alley parking lot that was like down the street from Nickerson Gardens. And it was funny because at one point I was just standing there like watching him shoot, and then all of a sudden he starts walking like right towards me and one of the PAs that was there. So that was pretty funny. We were just like, uh-oh, watch out, So he jumped out of the way, and then they kept shooting and doing their thing. But I think the idea of that video is that he's shooting the video. Like the whole thing is him with a camera, like recording it all. Because at the beginning he has a camera and he's recording it all. But it's on Utopia. Wow, that's kind of a lot of pickles. So yeah, Travis Scott. One thing is, at one point on the first day, they were like, all right, we gotta get all this stuff that's on his rider, right? All the things that Travis Scott wanted, all these juices and liquor, and food, snacks. And then on the second day, some of that stuff, so maybe it was the first day they shot with Travis Scott. Then on the second day, some of that stuff was left over, including some Dr. Peppers. So I gave my son the Dr. Peppers so he could, like, you know, be like, look, these are Travis Scott's Dr. Peppers. And we drank them and whatever, it was no big deal. What else? Yeah, I mean, it was cool. At one point, like, when we left Imperial Courts, they were like, all right, everybody, we want to leave, like, all at once because, you know, we don't want anyone to get, like, left behind and something happens. And I was sort of one of the last people, I think it was the last one to leave in the ice cream truck. And these kids, like, not even middle school age, 6 or 7 kids are riding their bikes, and they kind of cut me off, and they're like, oh, give us ice cream, and they, like, parked, like, right in front of the stop sign, so I couldn't go. And then this older lady was like, leave that man alone, and then I was able to go, and that was pretty funny. And then at Nickerson, when I was driving home, somebody threw a basketball, like, right at the truck, and I was like, that was kind of scary, but I just let it go because obviously if I stopped, then things probably would have been worse. So, very interesting, pretty cool little shoot. The food on that shoot was amazing. So good, best food. Yeah, it was the best food I've ever had on a video shoot for sure. And then what was funny is, like, we'd have like this like delicious tuna with, like, you know, whatever, and then the kids, these little kids would come and they would eat this, like, fancy food too. So that's kind of how it went, is like once the food was gone, we'd give it to all the people that lived there. So anyways, that's the story. Thanks for watching. Sandwich done.